where do drivers go from here? Where do forgiving drivers go if they're already maxed out at 10K? Now, I think this one right here could be the most forgiving. This one, the Tour Edge Exotic, which I recently tested, could be the longest. Where does that leave this one? The Ping G430 10K max. These are what I'm classifying as the most forgiving drivers of 2024. Let's see they stack up against each other. Now we've got so much to go through in this video, but if you are new here, please do consider subscribing. We do things different here on this channel. Now I've thought long and hard about this test. How are we going to test this? What are we going to do? So let me know what you think of these. We're going to look at the sound, big one, right? Especially with that Ping, it's a bit of a funky one. And to be fair, the Tour Exotic. The dispersion, big if we're looking at most forgiving drivers. What's the ball speed averages? What's the carry averages? And the overall looks. Is there any that we're like, oh God, that looks crap? Now we're going to get 5 shots with each to get some good averages. Let's start. Now, we're going to start with the Tour Edge driver. Now, when I first originally tested this club, that was a really interesting comment. There's a good reason Tour Exotics do so well on the Champions Tour. Now, I saw it and I thought, is this why this driver could be hugely popular with seniors? Because it's good on the Seniors Tour. So it does give more distance and it's super accurate. Well, anyway, let's find out. Let's start by hitting this one first. This is a tough tee shot too. I don't know why I do it to myself. I really don't know why. Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at where I've got to hit this. You can't go right, you can't go left, and you do have to move around the corner. Everything you probably don't want to see and hear on a tee shot. Okay, first one. Wow, that was smoked. A little bit left, I'm not gonna lie. But you should see where I just hit that from. I'm looking at this data here. Whew. Okay, but look where I hit that from. And it went pretty straight, didn't it? Let's now go into what I said I think could be the most forgiving. Now remember, I don't know where this is gonna leave the Ping. We're now looking at, let me change this on our data, the Cleveland driver. Right, that is logged in on there, same target, pop that down there. Right, this is the Cleveland driver, the XL2 launcher from Cleveland. There's a common theme. These are all absolutely massive. Oh, I should have said this too, right? I've spec'd these up and changed them to be as like my spec if I was gonna game it. So I've moved this down to 9 degrees because essentially when I was testing it, it was just going a bit high. Prices, live right now, this is $299. The cheapest out the 3. The cheapest out the 3. All right, here we go. Ball 1 with the Cleveland. Now remember, we take into account sound. That first one was quite dull, is how I would describe it. Now for memory, this one's interesting in terms of sound. Get aimed up, Alex, come on. Listen to that. That was so awful. You know what, I can't complain at that. A little bit down the left, probably the same place as the last one. Good hit. The Ping on live prices is one of the most expensive, $549. Now I actually gained this for a bit of a while at the start of the year. I did really like it. I did really like it. So let's get its first numbers down here. Let's hit the first shot. Okay, same target. And remember, I've spec'd these up for me. The noise on that. I did on middle, maybe a little bit heely, but that's what this driver should be doing. Should be, there's a little comfort blanket. Okay, so, whoa. So, let's have a look at this data right here. Didn't mention the Tour Edge price, purely simply because it's not out yet. So I think price-wise, from what I've done as my research on previous models, it'll sit between the Cleveland and the Ping. But I think there's a bit of an outlier here. Well, let me see what you think. I want to know what you think of this data. And at the end of this video, let's have a little bit of a poll. Let me know which one you would game. There's only one shot. We've got 4 more to hit. Cleveland carry 254 after shot 1. Tour Exotics 241. Ping 239. Just to show you here, the club speed all around the same. 110, 107, 19. Cleveland was a little faster, but that should even itself out over the averages. Total, 268 Ping, 268 Tour Exotics, 290 Cleveland. Whoa. Again, this is early doors, but we look like we have one outlier here. And ball speed, 156 ping, 148 Tour Exotics, and 158.9 Cleveland. That's only after shot one. Let's crack on with this, getting some more data to really solidify these averages. Let's quickly hit some more shots so we can get some more data. We'll go in the same order. Let's start with Tour Exotics. This is a pretty decent shot again. A little bit up the left wing if I'm honest, but one I'll definitely take. Next up, the Cleveland. Good shot down the middle. And the ping. Now, interestingly, I've not hit that ping out the middle, but look where it's finished. And that's actually what we want from a forgiving driver, don't we? One that doesn't get out the middle, but does go straight. Again, here's one more shot with each of the drivers. And you know what? These are all pretty decent. A little bit right, a little bit left, but all hitting the fairway. You can judge these for yourself. Don't worry, we will be going through all the data. At the minute, I'm like, oh yeah, I think this one. Oh yeah, I think that one. I'm like swaying side to side. I guess like someone walking back after a night out. Okay, so let's have a look at all these looks, right? Let's grab them all in my hand. This is that category we need to take into account. We need to like what we're looking down on. Now, for me, there's a clear winner, but have a look yourself right now. Here's some things I don't like about each of them. Number one, let's go with the Cleveland in the middle. It looks absolutely gigantic, doesn't it? It looks like someone stood in it and it's extended out towards the back here. Not a fan of that, not gonna lie. The ping here on the left has got the traditional fins, which I guess are all right. But one thing I don't like about this ping, and I said this, why is this sort of design not carried on all the way? Why is it not carried on? And here on the Tour Edge Exotic on the right of your screen, I hate white lines on the face. I really, really do. But what are you thinking? I'm being a bit harsh here, I'm not gonna lie. So if I had to give you one that I love the look of, it has to be the Tour Exotics. So for me, this category is definitely won by the Tour Exotics. Like, I'm looking at that right there. Everyone said it looks like a bit like the PXG, that's what everyone said on the comments on that original video. I'll pop a few of them up and let me know if you agree with them on that. And that's a really good looking driver. I like it. Okay, let's go into our next shot, shot number 4. I am glad it's not windy because it takes flipping forever to grab my golf balls. Plus, I'm glad we're using forgiving drivers. This is all a good thing. Okay, shot number 4, Tour Exotics, same order. Let's go. Such a strange flight that. I felt like it's out the middle. That went high, you know. That went high. That's going to impact the data, that. That's going to impact the data. Nevertheless, I do quite like the sound of that. Definitely like the sound. So I want to address that point going through this. Let's go into our next one. I think then we go Cleveland. Let's change it on the data. What do you think of the sound of these? You've seen me hit a fair few shots now. Like, is there any that you're like, okay, Alex, I hate the sound of? And is there any that you're like, ooh, I love the sound of it? Listen to this one again. I think this one's really weird. I think the ping has lost that crown, in my opinion, of the strangest sounding driver. Here's shot number 4 with the Cleveland. That was smoked, you know. How bad's that sound? I feel sorry for anybody that stood over there. You seriously will be able to just hear that. I'll probably just put you off your shot. You know what? Watch that ball flight again, you know. That was flat. That was good. That's what we want to see in that flight. And now shot number 4 with this. Now, while I change this to the ping for our data, in the past, these have sounded awful, haven't they? Like, I'm going over over my head here, thinking about the worst sounding drivers. And correct me if I'm wrong here. Anybody remember those the Cobra ones? You know, the different colours. They were like the orange, you could choose yellow, you could choose red. They sounded horrendous. And I want to say this, please tell me you remember this one. The Nike Square driver. That sounded horrendous. Does anybody remember that? I remember that. I remember it. I used to have one, I think. Well, my dad did, definitely. One of us had one that we used. Okay, let's shot number 4. Grab our balls out of here. We're keeping them warm because, as I say, it's cold this morning. Okay, shot number 4. Sound, what we thinking? Do you agree with what I'm saying here? I think there's one winner on that sound, and it ain't the Cleveland and it ain't this. Oh, sit down, a little bit on the left. Catch a piece, please. Yeah, just on the semi, so still wasn't the greatest swing, but pretty good shots for shots number 4s. Now, in my opinion, there is one winner in terms of sound, and it's this one right here. The other two are just a bit of a no-go for me. So far, interestingly, in terms of this test that we're talking about, we're taking into account ball speed, carry, total distance, and sound and looks. For me, sound and looks has just been won by this. That's what it looks like from above. That's the shelf appeal from the underneath, which I think is a big thing, you know. It's a big thing, isn't it? Like, I know it's not got the big brand, but remember that Tour Exotics is apparently massive on the Champions Tour. And I said this in my last video, we don't need to keep going for the big brands. If it works for you, use it. Don't have to keep going down that route of, oh, I've got to use a big brand. Whatever works, pop it in the back. Whoa. Let's run through these averages, the bit of the video we've been waiting for. Let's start with dispersion, right? Have a look at this here. The red one is the Cleveland, what you can see. The left-hand side one is the Ping, and the shortest one there is the Tour Exotics. Now, that shortest is the straightest. So let's dive through this data a little bit more. So overall, I think for me, the winner in the dispersion is the Cleveland. Let's go through ball speeds, how they compare. Starting with the Ping, 157 average miles an hour. Tour Edge, 152. Whoa, bit of a difference. Ball speed with the Cleveland, 157.2. Literally the same as the Ping. Now going through the carry and total distance, listen to this. Same order. Ping, 254 carry. Total distance with the Ping, 286. Tour Edge, carry, 244, total distance 272, a little bit lower. I thought it would be the opposite to that after testing it originally. Obviously I forgot what the other two are like. Cleveland 256, which just sneaks the longest carry by 2 yards, but just misses out on the longest total distance, which is a bit of a less of a good stat, but anyway, total distance 281. Now, I want to say this, all the clubhead speeds are very, very similar, and actually the fastest clubhead speed for me was with the Tour Edge at 110, the Ping was at 109, and the Cleveland was at 109.8. So for me, looking at this right now, I know I said the sound and the looks was won by the Tour Edge, but looking at this data right here, I think, weirdly, I didn't think I'd be saying this, the Cleveland, based on the ball speed, the longest carry, and the straightest. But the biggest question overall, where do we go from here? What's better than these drivers? 10K, highest MOI. I have no idea where they're going. Thanks so much for watching.